Hey guys, it's Aspa here with another piece to the Healing UI video series. Today we are talking about placement, why you put something and where to put it. First of all, I'll start with my player and target frame. I have them here on the bottom, just basically so they're not on the way of anything else. I rarely look at my player frame because I look at my health and stuff, buffs and debuffs on the party or raid frames here on the right side. Target frame is basically just there. I usually target the boss, so I get targets cast bar, and I have the target of target, so I see which tank is active. Those are not. You can have them wherever you want to, but this works for me. Another thing is more about the party or raid frame setup. I have them here on the right side of my character. They're pretty far, so I get a clear view of my character, basically. I want to see things that happen around me. That usually keeps me alive a lot better. What comes to WeCars, basically, is I talked about this in the previous video also, but I wanna emphasize it a little bit more. I have my holy hood here on the left side of my screen. It's just really nice to have them next to the party or raid frames. Very easy to see. Like I said before, my action bars are really small. In the previous video, talked about it. My action bars are really small, so I want to see what's happening, and I have all the information I need over here. Another thing is cast bars. I'm using an add-on called Quartz. I have my cast bar here below my frames and the target cast bar over here. So basically, when a boss casts something, it's on the top of my screen, really big cast bar, very easy to react, very easy to see. And my own cast bar, because on raids, if I had my cast bar on my player frame, I would be casting here and then I would be looking over here and it's a complete mess. This is the easiest way I found to keep it next to all information that's relevant, basically. When it comes to DBM alerts, I'm just actually gonna open up Quartz also, so you see how the setup goes. So you see my cast bar here, and my DBM alerts, they come below my cast bar. So all the information I have on the same place, basically. Everything is surrounded by my frames. It's very good to have all the important information in the same place, so you do not need to look around all the time. Then when it comes to another important thing is raid cooldowns. I have them here in the top. Because I'm not raid leader anymore, I don't need to see them all the time. I don't need to keep track of them at every moment. If I was a raid leader, I would most likely have them here underneath my party or raid frames, or here on the top of them immediately. But I have them here on the top. They're still actually very close to all the other information I have, so it's easy to see if something's up and something's not. Then when it comes to the irrelevant information, for example SCADA, there is absolutely, or recount or details, whichever you're using, there is no reason to have them in here under your frames or here in the middle. Just put them somewhere where you're not looking at them constantly. For me, they are here in the top left corner. I don't want to spend time looking at the meters. If I need to look at the meters, I look at them after the pull or when we get out of combat. What it's usually for is for example, I stream our raids so people in the stream can look at it. For me, I just look at them after the pulls. And I have the background faded out completely, so whenever I'm not in combat or doing anything, all I see is the top bars and I can see through it. So again, makes life a little bit easier. When it comes to something like minimap, you can do whatever you want with it. Just keep it somewhere where it's not on the way of anything else important. When it comes to action bars, I use WeCars, like I've said many times before and show you many times before. So I do not need action bars basically. But I have them here they're pretty small, but I can still see them. There's all the spells I have, offensive, defensive, like heals, and offensive spells are everything is here. My Cold Worms garrison ability is here because I don't like the button. And then I have a few extra bars over here that have like mount, some potions, food buffs, more mounts, some toys, all my heartstones, my Flight Master whistle, my bags are here at the bottom, and then the minibar I have here on the left bottom. These are stuff I don't normally need to see. They're there. If I need to click something, I just mouse over it and it comes up. Same thing with the back bar, but who uses it? You have a keybind for the bag, so basically the back bar is you don't need to see it. There's nothing you need. You don't need it. There's nothing you use it for. So just hide everything you don't need, basically. Get all the space you want. Get as much free space as you can, and use the space you have with the matter that you get most out of it, basically. Keep your character visible. Just keep your character visible. Keep your information tight in one place, and hide everything you don't need. So basically this is what it looks like out of combat, and when we get into combat we get this. You hear my weak aura sounds, you hear my palm, you see my weak auras, you see my incoming and outgoing damage and healing. When I heal myself, you can see them over here. There is outgoing, and on the left side is incoming. That's another thing I want to talk about, is combat text. People use the MSBT, like I do, mixed scrolling bar text, and the preset that's in it, in my opinion, is actually kinda horrible. They are here in the middle, very big numbers, taking half of your screen. When you crit, the crits are enormously large. I made them really small. They're here in the bottom, underneath my target and player frame. I like to look at numbers, but I don't like the numbers to take any space on my screen. So, and this notification and static, I have just disabled everything else but incoming, outgoing damage and heals. I like to see some numbers. I don't want them to take any necessary space from my screen. So they are here in the bottom, not taking any space, just keeping it clean. And there you have it. This is, for me, this is a really well working UI. We can drink a potion, get a weak aura running over here. But you can have whatever kind of UI you want, but just the idea is to make it efficient. Make it so you have all this information stacked in one place and not all around it. So you don't have your DPM alert here on the left side and your raid frames here on the bottom and your weak auras here on the right side. Just stack the information in one place. It makes your life a lot easier. It makes raiding and healing a lot easier when you don't need to look into 5 million different places to get some information about something. So just stack them up, make it look nice for yourself, and I hope these videos help you to do so. The next video I'm gonna do is the one where I built a UI from nothing to the full unit of a working UI. So that's gonna be a really long video, but I hope it answers all the questions about how to do certain stuff with it. Again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.